Hello. How's everyone doing? Welcome to, well, it's Women's Wednesday, but technically it's Thursday. I apologize for last night. Things have just been a little crazy around here, but I hope everyone's doing well. And yeah, please hit the like button if you like what you see. Comment so I know you're here. Hello, Megan, Tam, Lexi, through Faith and Grace. Hope everyone's doing well. Mercy was literally just sleeping and woke up just in time, huh? Didn't you, Mama? So, hi, Gina, Latina. I'm doing well. How are you? Hi, Tracy. So welcome to Women's Wednesday, even though it's, Thursday. I apologize. I apologize that I didn't get on last night. Hello, Jessica. I know that, Frank had, I don't know if, people saw his video earlier. I know he is struggling right now, with some depression. And, that's one thing with us. It's like we both struggle with, we both have mental health issues. So, it's definitely hard. And it is one of those things that it's like when your partner is going through something, you kind of automatically have to step up, and it's not always like a 50-50. Sometimes you have to, sometimes it's a 80-20, sometimes it's however it may be, but, sometimes it's just like that. He's definitely been working a lot. So I know that's something that has been hard. So yeah, I feel like honestly, and Frank and I have talked about it. I feel like most everybody struggles with some sort of mental health. Definitely, with depression, whether it's, just you have a chemical imbalance where nothing can trigger it, or, situational. And then when you got both, it's, can be really bad. I knew he was sleeping a lot, and I wanted to kind of say he was definitely sleeping a lot. And so I knew, something was up. And that's hard, especially I feel like for a guy, they don't always want to talk about things or anything like that. So I feel like I just tried to let him know hey, what's going on. Because honestly, at first, I was I thought, I know this just might be my my own self-centered ways, but I thought I did something. I was damn, he's sleeping all the time. He don't want to talk to me. I say hello. He just kind of goes back to the bedroom. He wants to sleep. And, so at first I was did I do something? And then, he did say a couple times, I think I'm just depressed. And so, I just tried to let him know, hey, I'm here for you. And like, I would try to like send him little messages just throughout the day, just to let him know that I was thinking about him at that time, and just to try to let him know that he was loved and appreciated. And because, you know, sometimes that's all you can really do for somebody, you know, is be there. So, you know, when somebody's going through something, I feel like, you know, sometimes people automatically want to fix other people's problems, but you can't always do that, you know. So sometimes all you can do is be there for that person and let them know that you love them and that you care about them. Nothing happened, Carmen. He just, you know, he had shared earlier that he's just been feeling depressed, and, you know, he struggles with depression himself. So I think it's just going through something. And I think what happened was too is that he gets hooked on something. And I don't want to like speak for him, but, you know, Frank has a very addictive personality. So when he's into something, he's into something. So I think what was happening too for him is that he was working nonstop and just going. And it just took a toll on him mentally. And then physically, he started like his knee, like I feel like his body was trying to tell him to slow down. Like his knee was hurting, his back was hurting. And, you know, it was like and then I just feel like it kind of just caught up with him. And, you know, it just hit him. And, you know, so now, you know, he was sleeping a lot. He still is. But, you know, I honestly think sometimes you just have to kind of go through things and go through those motions. And, you know, it's always, you know, prayers are always good. And I do appreciate everyone praying for him right now. Yeah. And there are times like you don't want to talk. You know, he's not a talky person like that anyhow. So, like I said, when somebody is like that, you know, it's just, all you can do is be there. But I feel like definitely, I feel like a lot of people, you know, struggle. I'm in Philly at my parents. I'm gonna text you now. Oh, Audie. Well, girl, I'm definitely pray for you. And, you know, honestly, that's one of those things too where, you know, for you, maybe it's just best to like literally play that whole tape through. I hope that you're doing well, you know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know, and honestly, like, I know you, but I don't know you, but like, you know, I see the type of person that you are. You're such a positive person. And I feel like, you know, definitely, I'm sorry that happened to you. And I pray that, you know, I mean, look, you're even talking about it right now. So I just feel that that's even good. Sorry, it's hard for me to read all these comments right here. There is Frank. Are you going to say hi? He just said hello. He's going back to bed, I think. Yeah, for sure. Definitely, you know, and there's like so much support in here too that it's like, I just feel like, you know, you definitely coming in and talking about different things. And I feel like that's even like you sharing about that is because you could keep things secret, and then, kind of like that's how our first step is, like, not to be held accountable. So, I definitely feel that's you're being brave in that sense. Hi, Honda Mommy. So, yeah, Mercy is kind of knocked out. She's just chilling. She's like half asleep. I definitely feel like depression, I feel like it's different for everybody too. I feel like it hits everybody different. People, for me, like Frank, he sleeps a lot when he's depressed. And that is one thing, that he definitely does. And he kind of gets a little more quiet, and for me, I'll get more agitated, and I just don't want to do anything. And I don't know if it was like a domino effect in our household, but like even last night, there wasn't like a true reason. I was like, dang, I just didn't feel like, I know it was like, I just didn't even want to talk. And I was like, oh, I just don't even know. I've been feeling like lately I'm like, damn, I feel boring when I'm on here. I just started like doing a whole bunch of negative talk, like self-talk about like just a lot of things, kind of like, damn, I don't have much to offer. I feel boring. I feel like, I just felt like I really wasn't helping. I felt like I wasn't really helping anybody. Even like lately, I haven't been on social media that much. I haven't been like, I know there's like there's messages that I haven't gone back to. And, I guess for me, that's how, I'm really good at like negative self-talk, even though I try so hard to not practice that. I try to, be my own best friend. I try to, I feel like, would I want somebody to talk to my daughters that way? No. So I shouldn't talk to myself that way. And Honda Mommy. So Frank has just been struggling with depression. He is okay. If you could just say a prayer or, send him some good positive thoughts, that would be appreciated. I might have to stand with this girl. So, say hi. But, even like lately, as everybody knows in here, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and even like just everything, it kind of gets to you sometimes. And I feel like you definitely need like an outlet. Frank and I did went to Philly for Valentine's Day. It really wasn't, that's when I definitely knew something was really up with him though. When we went to Philly, he just wasn't acting himself. He just was, you could just tell he just looked sad. He was, did some interviews and stuff, but I could tell like usually he talked a lot more with people. He just seemed sad and like not himself. So, that was also when I was like, dang, something is definitely up. Do you want to take her? Yeah. Look at my other daughter. So she's not going to get on because she's ready for bed, but she's so kind too. take mercy. So yeah, and I do tell him he definitely needs to take a break for sure. And he doesn't do that. He hasn't been like, I know he's been working a lot at the barber shop. He lost some help at the barber shop, and it's been taking a toll on him, because you lose help. He's the owner. It's his place of business. So, ultimately he has to step up and, work. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I need to go up there and maybe I can try to do some stuff to help out though with that. I definitely can't cut hair, but I can do other things. So yeah, and it is hard. And I know another thing too that him and I both used to be really into, because I was just trying to think of different ways to help him. One thing that neither one of us do anymore is we don't do any physical. We don't do any kind of like physical workout. Frank used to be really into working out, and so was I. And I feel like, after having this last baby and just like doing stuff, neither one of us have been into that. And I definitely feel like that makes such a difference. I don't know about other people, but yoga, I have done yoga, not often, but I've tried it. But I mean, definitely think that I need to push him maybe a little bit more to do some of that. And I know his knee really, really bothers him. And he's been having a lot of pain, but I mean, it is sad because it's like, he is my husband and I wish that I could just fix him. But I know that it doesn't work like that, especially with depression. It doesn't work like that. And I don't want to, I guess, push him to, I don't want to get on his nerves though either, because I know I'll be walking around like, oh, we need to do this and we need to do that. And I know like that will drive him crazy. Yeah, right, Lisa? Yes, yeah. Oh, good for you, Ames. But when I also feel like too, with mental illness, and both of us, struggling, with that kind of stuff, and both of us being addicts, the one thing I'm grateful for is that I feel like, we are at the point in our relationship and in our recovery that at least it's like I can hold him accountable, and vice versa, where, there might have been a time before that, it could have been an easy way to relapse. So I honestly that is one thing too with people struggling, just it's very, very easy to slip when you're going through something like that, especially if you're not talking about it. Because I have done it before. I let, the depression get the best of me, my anxiety get the best of me, and I keep it to myself. I'm just trying to read some of this. I just started recently using shape exercises, and you're right. Right, Audie? Yes. And my kids actually were working out tonight, and they're like, do you want to join me? And I was like, Not really. I mean, I probably should have, but I really did want to. But I'm gonna not do that. Maybe I definitely need to do it again. I need to join them next time they work out. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was a time that I was very ashamed of my mental illness. Very, very ashamed. More so of my anxiety. I'm not sure why. Like, I felt like it was easier for me to say like I was depressed, but I was very ashamed of my anxiety. And I was very ashamed of how I would act with my anxiety. I mean, I get really bad anxiety that I break out with my chest. I break out all over my neck with hives. So like that's something that it kind of just shows. And I start, I'm just, oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Johnny. And that's great that you quit drinking because it definitely will kill you. I would always be so ashamed and embarrassed, about how my anxiety was. And I guess for me, I still to this day don't always know how to get a control over it. And it's something that bothers me. I wish I didn't always feel that way. There are some things that I can do to kind of keep it under control, but there's things that I can't. There's times that I can't. Like there are times that I go into a full-blown panic attack and it's not fun. It's embarrassing at times. And I just, I guess for me, but I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only person that goes through those types of things. So, yeah, and absolutely. And the thing is like, I feel like, this community is so great that, listen, if Frank has to share with you guys, like, listen, he's going through something, he needs some time, I feel like the people that, how do they say it? Those that mind don't matter, and those that matter don't mind. So, I definitely thank you guys for that. But, I guess it's just, and it's something that I feel like so many people deal with. It's like, why do we feel this way? I'm not sure. I feel like probably because for so long, it was, people put a stigma on it. Especially with like, oh, you have a mental health, and it's like, yeah, yep, I do. And I remember going to work. And being at work and, now, and I'm a nurse. And at first, nobody knew about being in recovery. And then, as time kind of went by and Frank got more open with his stuff, then it kind of like came more to light. And people started seeing his videos and people started talking to me at work like, oh, I, saw your husband. I didn't realize he was an addict. And then I remember the one time this one person like asked me if I was, and I just straight up lied. I was like, they were like, oh, were you an addict too? And I was like, no. And then I was like, oh my God, why did I say that? Why did I, and I guess because at that time I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to share that part of my life. Now, people that obviously grew up with me knew that. But these were people that I worked with that they didn't know. And then I remember like months later down the line, I actually pulled that same person to the side and I was like, I lied to you. I was really embarrassed to share at that time. I was like, but yeah, I'm an addict. Me and my husband, we're in recovery now. And she was like, oh, I think that's great, which, I could tell at the time. I don't feel like she was being judgmental or anything like that, but I just did not, it was like, I could not say the words that I was an addict before. So, and being in the medical field, I knew when I was going to school, I knew that it was like, dang, this is going to be hard because, here I was in recovery, especially being a heroin addict, and now here I am going to be a nurse. I felt like, dang, like people could really use this against me. But I was like, but what's in the past is the past. I shouldn't let that dictate my future. But I do know when I remember after graduation and going to my first place of employment, I had somebody call my place of employment and tell them that I was an addict and that my name was in the paper years before and all that. So, at that time I did let my employer know, not just my employer, just the DON at the time. I did let them know because they had pulled me to the side. But yeah, right. It was, and I knew exactly who did it. It was somebody who didn't care for me. But I remember being so upset about it. Like, oh my God, this is going to ruin everything for me. This is literally, I felt like my whole career was going to be over. And I was like, and actually it wasn't, I got through it. It wasn't unfair. I will say at that time, I was so ashamed. And I was like, thank you, Murph. Have a good night. I remember I was like, oh my God, like they're probably going to fire me and all this stuff. And that didn't happen. But I will say anytime that, I was working, I will say there were a couple times, if say we had to go for a drug test or anything like that, or, something would come up, eyes would go to me. But, that I just had to look at that like, what, that's kind of like, that's just a consequence that that's just something that I'm going to have to go through for the rest of my life. And that's okay, because as long as I'm not doing anything, it doesn't matter. So, thank you. Yes, gotcha. I do know who called. I do know who called, and it was somebody. It was honestly like, this was one person that, she did a lot of things. She's the only person in my whole life that has done stuff like that to me. Called my place of employment, called, children and youth on me, called, went through it. But thank God. It was all during the time that I was clean. I didn't have to worry about anything. So I will say at one point the stress of it though did start to wear on me. And it was a lot. But, I got through it. I prayed about it and, it stopped. So, okay, Natty, so yes, I had really bad postpartum depression, and I had really bad postpartum anxiety. And yes, congratulations. I was just, let me see. Did you say how far along? Which I just said, I'm pregnant. I'm scared of postpartum again. I too suffer with anxiety. Did you? Okay, so if you, when I had Mercy, I had already had a history of postpartum depression, and they knew that. And they also took into consideration that I already had mental health issues. So I was very much watched. And I actually feel like I started getting really bad. Like, I know I had shared about this before, but when I was pregnant, and this is also something because I don't know if it was hormones too, and I know Jessica is one person that is in here that during my pregnancy, she was really there for me because I went through it. God's child, no, thank God, no. So yes, it is very important to surround yourself with people and to let people know, and to even tell some people, listen, this is, some signs that you may go through. Also, like, let your doctor know. I would maybe, even if you were in counseling before, it would probably not even be a bad idea to do like counseling where you can do it. Like, now you can do it through a Zoom call. You don't even have to go, if you're able to do that. So I just feel like it's very, very important though to watch that, because when I was pregnant with Mercy, there was a time that I was so depressed and had so much anxiety, and I was going through one of the hardest times in my whole life. And I mean, my whole life. Like, it was one of the worst, darkest times. And I honestly, I remember I thought at one point, I was like, I felt like I was going to take my own life. And I was pregnant too at the time. And I was literally, it was almost 1 year ago. It was January of last year. And it was horrible. It was, I felt so alone. And this was even, before I had Mercy. I remember messaging Jessica, and I was like, I'm going to I want to get high. I want to use. I just felt like I was better off not being here. And I remember just being in this exact same kitchen, and I mean, literally like flipping out. And when I say flipping out, I was pregnant, and I was like punching stuff and flipping stuff and going crazy. But, I got through it. But it's so important to have people, at least a couple close people that, you can trust and, you're able to talk to. So I just hope that, and it might not happen, but it's better to be prepared, I feel like, because you let that go and it can get bad, especially with your hormones being like it is. Wait, you look forward to having your baby, or hope that the baby comes in. I think you'll be happy. Yes, through faith and grace. That's exactly how people think that you should feel. Like right after you have a baby, like you should be happy and this is a wonderful time, which it is. But sometimes it's like your feelings don't match. Like like you should feel happy and that you're blessed because you have this beautiful baby, but it's like something's just not clicking, if that makes sense. It's like the plug is not, like, it's not going to the outlet. I don't know if that makes sense, to make everything, I don't know, go off. But I just and it doesn't always, it's not always like that for everybody. I still have a hard time. There's still times that I'm like, I have to remind myself, like, that I'm blessed and that mercy, because mercy is a handful. And even today I was like, oh my God, I don't want to hold you for one more minute, so, I'm just trying to read your, also, yes, anxiety and irritation, I feel like for me go hand in hand. And it's always the people that I'm closest to. Those are the people that I end up, it's usually my kids and my husband and my mom, unfortunately, Jessica is a real one. Like, seriously, she helped me. Her and Tamika helped me so much during my pregnancy that, I will be forever grateful. I went, like I said, just went through a really hard time, and it is very important to have people in your life that can help you. And yeah, Audie, that's so, I just feel like with people like that, it's like, damn, like, I don't even want to like I was going to continue to talk about that person a little bit. I was like, no, I'm not even going to let that person, still to this day, like, I'm not even going to give them a little bit of power. So I gave them enough before, and I won't do that. I don't want to do that anymore. Like, they can bring up my past, because that's all they have to do is bring up your past. Like, that's, when people do that and bring up your past, it's because that's all they have. They don't have anything else to bring up. So, bye. That's all. I don't know. That's kind of where, and I feel bad for people like that, because it's also people like that it's like they just need to, they thrive off of making other people miserable and hurting other people, if that makes sense, which some people are like that. I know there was a time in my life where I was like that too, because I was so, I just was so unhappy with myself. I just didn't like myself. And that's what I did, hurt people. So that's exactly what they do. So, but yeah, I know, like, it's also just, yeah. And, I think too, I honestly feel like too, with people that are addicts, it's like, I feel like we shouldn't let like that kind of like our past, like we could honestly make it, we can make like we're better people because of it. Like, if I did not go through the things that I went through, I feel like I wouldn't be the person that I am today. And I'm grateful for the person I am today. Because if I wouldn't be the mother that I am, I wouldn't be the wife that I am, I wouldn't know the things that I know. And I probably would still be like miserable. What's up, Barn? How are you? How's Heaven doing? I hope she's doing well. Sometimes I feel like I'll just be going on and on though, so I do apologize. Yeah, support, listen, you said it. Support system is priceless. Like I feel like every single person, you need a support system. Everybody. Because if you don't have that, I just feel like, yes, God will always get you through stuff, but I also believe that God puts people in our lives to help us. So if I'm praying to God and asking for help and he's putting someone in my life to help me, I need to utilize that. And vice versa. Like I need to be there for other people too. So wait, you use amazing shampoo today? She's good, but a little bit of morning sickness. Dang, I don't miss that. I do not miss that morning sickness. I'll tell you what though, I like being pregnant. I was pregnant how many times, but I do like I like feeling like the baby move inside. I like that feeling. I liked being pregnant. I liked feeling those kicks and I don't like the morning sickness and all that. I don't miss feeling like I had to literally roll myself out of bed. And especially the heartburn that I had with Mercy. I don't miss that. But I was very grateful that I had, good, healthy pregnancies. And I pray that, Heaven, Naughty, that she's, good, healthy pregnancy for you guys. Yeah, honestly, wait, Oregon got. So I started using this stuff. Okay, so my niece, she went to cosmetology school. And so she like turned me on all these like products and stuff. And I know that I told you guys before, but like I really suffered through hair loss. And that was horrible to me. So now I won't dye my hair. I will only use, this only different kinds, like only the sulfate free shampoo on my hair. I try not to put a lot of chemicals on my hair just because I try to definitely take care of it, because when I was losing my hair, oh my gosh, that was devastating for me anyhow. Like I don't know. I know, like, I feel like even for men, it must be devastating. Even though it's like more accepted by, that men lose their hair and go bald, but seriously. So I want to tell you, so Frank got this detergent. It's not even detergent. It's stuff that you add in to your wash, and it's supposed to make your laundry smell really good, which it does. It makes your laundry smell so good. So I was using it for about, I don't know, the last 3 weeks or so. We both are doing, yeah, my dryer is going. So I broke out with this rash all over my body. I couldn't figure out what it was from. And I kept using that the laundry stuff. And I mean, I am just broke. I'm like sitting here scratching my legs. I had to take Benadryl. I had to use hydrocortisone cream all over my legs. So, my hair loss was not because of my pregnancies. Actually, my hair loss was because of a birth control. I got the Mirena placed, and that's what my hair loss was from. They ended up taking the Mirena out, and I'm now on a non-hormonal birth control, but I just want Frank to get a vasectomy, so I don't have to be on any more birth control. So, but anyhow, I'm sorry, but I'm like itching and itching. I have like scratches all over my legs, and I just have this terrible rash all over my body, like even behind my ears. It's horrible, horrible, horrible. Yeah, I did take Benadryl. I'm probably going to have to take some tonight because I feel like even though I stopped using it, it's still like on some of my clothes, and it was like on our towel. It's still on some of our towels and stuff. So, oh my gosh, though, I'm telling you what, it's horrible, horrible. I didn't know what was going on. I was like scratching my legs so bad. Yeah, Frank is. Well, and the crazy thing is he went down to Philly, and people be selling stuff on the streets and stuff, and it was laundry detergent. So like he gave somebody something because they had some laundry detergent, thinking, oh well, that'll be good. I got this laundry detergent, and it's like I said, it's not even laundry detergent, it's stuff that you sprinkle in. And it is like he got like 6 things of them, and I used 2.5 of them because I didn't realize that's what was making me itch. But I'm like, I thought it was, I'm like, what, did I use a new soap? I don't know what. And I don't know why I didn't think of that. But let me tell you what, it is awful. It's like all over my legs too. All over. My legs are the worst. My legs, my neck, and like the bottom. I don't know why, but it's just like the bottom half of my face. You can't really see it, but anyhow, not that you guys want to hear about that, but I just was itching my leg, and I'm like, oh my God, this shit is killing me. So, but you made fun of your teacher for going. Listen, I never realized, I guess I never realized how bad. I mean, I felt horrible when my hair was falling out. Literally, I felt like it was devastating. And I even have like hair pieces that I bought. I bought hair extensions. I bought a topper because I thought, this is maybe how I'm going to have to start wearing my hair. But thank God, after taking I had tons of blood work done. They kept saying everything was fine. And what really made me mad is when I went and I was like telling them about my hair loss, they just kept dismissing it like it was nothing. And they were like, well, you do have hair. I'm like, yes, but it's falling out like a lot. And it's still not the same. But they just, the doctors literally just kept dismissing me. They didn't want to do blood work. They didn't want to, it was like, it was a vein issue. So it didn't really matter. And that bothered me because I feel like that's not something that's not something that your body just does. You know, there's usually an issue as to why, especially when it was so dramatic like that. It was like, oh, well, it's not your thyroid, so we don't know what it is. You know, you'll be fine. So took them actually like about 9 months until they finally decided to take the Mirena out. And after that, it still fell out for a couple months. So, but, well, I don't know if I'm not seeing any comments, so I might actually end this early and go to bed. But next week, I know that somebody had messaged me about joining the live. Listen, if anybody ever wants to join, I'm definitely open for that. I would love to have somebody come on and, you know, if you want to share your story, share anything that you're going through right now, anything related to mental health, addiction, anything. So, just let me know. Let me just see something because for some reason, I think my thing froze. So, anyhow, I will be back though next week. So I'm hoping that if somebody does want to join me, that, you know, definitely let me know. I would love to have somebody on. Please, you know, just comment that you want to hop on. I can add a thing that you can join with. So I just appreciate all you guys. I want to thank you for being so supportive to my husband right now and everything that he's going through. Truly from the bottom of my heart, it really means a lot. And you guys, we appreciate you guys more than you know. You guys have been so supportive, and we just are so grateful for all of you. I just encourage you guys to be kind to everyone, you know, because you don't know the difference that can make, you know, to the next person, and just how that can continue to spread. So I just want to thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys next week.